Welcome to Honest Whispers Review to Sale. On this video I'll be reviewing DC Comics Vinyl Bust Bank Wonder Woman. It was released by Monogram Masterworks back in August 4th, 2004. And it is approximately 7 inches tall. Actually, it's exactly 7 inches tall. And I'm going to go over 6 different categories to review this. First category is design, which basically covers the concept, the pose. And for Wonder Woman, I do like the pose. It is she just has her arms crossed, and it is basically a bust. But what I don't like about this design is that she does come with this robe, and I understand it's a piggy bank, basically. That's where you put the coin in, so it's on the side rather than somewhere higher on the top. So as a piggy bank, when you get about, I don't know, about like this high, you're not really gonna be able to fill any more space really, so you're gonna have to empty it out at little over half of the thing. And I understand the bottom part, the base, you need some stability. If it was just her, well, I guess it ends where her hips are, so if it's just her hips, then good chance she's not gonna have the stability and much room for coins to put in. But either way, I don't like the way they designed this, because the shield, it's not like she's wearing the shield on her back. And also for the ceremonial, like the robe, it's not even, once again, she's not really wearing it, so the shield just seems off place and everything. It is okay. I guess it depends on the person's opinion or taste, but for me, I just think it looks a little awkward. It almost looks like, especially because when you look from the front or the side, it's like she doesn't have anything on the top, and yet she has this weird thing on the bottom. So it's almost like she has like some kind of back skirt or something. So it just looks a little off place for me, at least the design wise. And other than that, it's pretty much a simple pose, simple design. I give the design an average 5 out of 10. Next category is sculpting, which basically covers details, execution, and of course the molding. And for me, I know this is still wrapped, sealed in its original packaging, but you can still see a lot of details on the hair. Pretty much all the strands are nicely done. Even the star on, it's a simple star, but yet it's very it's pretty symmetrical, and I kind of like that. There are some areas where the hair goes over the, you could call it robe, cape, whatever it is, and the way the cloth is over the shield. Pretty nicely sculpted. Now, I do have some issues with the proportions. When you start looking further away, it looks like she just has a huge head, and everything kind of, gets scaled down. So just the way her torso, I mean, if that's her waist right there, I mean, that means she's gonna have really short torso or body. And also when you start looking at a closer view, or from a closer perspective, you could see certain areas like the thumb. I could see how the thumb could be folded in, so that's not a huge problem for me, although it could have looked a little cleaner. And you can see how the molding on all the creases, it didn't come out that clean. So you have this, especially on top of the bracelet, you have this weird rough edge. And of course right here, her left hand, it seems to be popping out of pretty much a very, very thin opening or crease between her arms and chest. And almost like one of those Halloween hands that you put on the trunk. So, I mean, it's not like something expensive or extravagant, but still, I thought it was just minor details that could have been done a little bit better. Otherwise, her chest plate costume, everything, her, waist, belt, even the shield for what it is, there are some rough edges, especially when you start looking closely where the hair and the robe all like are molded together or where they meet. So that's a bit rough. Other than that, it's not bad. And as I mentioned, it just seems a little bit out of proportion. So the sculpting, I'm going to go ahead and give it an above average 6 out of 10. Next category is painting. Painting basically covers the colors, the quality of the paint, and the accuracy of the application. And as you can see, you might be thinking this is some rip-off Wonder Woman from, like Mexico or something, but it actually isn't. This is the official licensed product. But what happened is the gold color, it ionized. It turned green over the years. So I don't know what happened. I kept it in a sealed, factory sealed, and then the store sealed bag, which I'll explain later on the next category. But as you can see, even the ionized, you could see some like shade of yellow that still somehow exists. Everything else, the red, especially her eyes. Eyes are painted, well, they used imprinting, so really hard to get that wrong. So it's pretty symmetrical. But as part of the sculpting goes, you could see like her lips, which I already gave a 6.4. So this is already factored in. The lips is slightly crooked. But as far as the paint application goes, very nicely done. Perfectly painted. Now they did have the earrings painted just below the earlobes. So it doesn't look like it's on the earlobe. It looks like it's hanging from the earlobe. So that's a little bit awkward, but that's only if you look at it very close range. Other than that, the stars applied pretty well. It's all accurate imprinting used, or actually like on the shield. There's hand painting, and you could see a lot of errors, a lot of colors bleeding in, a lot of borders, and of course, yeah, it just gets a little messy. You can see right there the brown on the black. You can see the red borders and everything. So it's just a bit tough, I guess, to get everything accurate. And as I mentioned, this is a low priced product as it is, which I still have the original price from 2004. So the painting, I'm going to go ahead and give it a below average 4 out of 10. And that's mainly because, of course, the application is pretty bad. But to use paint that would either change color, ionize, or even on the bag, it seems like some of it kind of rubbed off. So I don't know what the issue is with the paint that they chose. So that kind of, yeah, definitely hurts the quality and everything about it. So once again, 4 on the painting. Next category is packaging. Packaging is just a simple bag. It comes one of those has a warning that this bag is not a toy. But yeah, it comes with the little one of those sticky edges where you kind of like you could seal and reseal. But then the store I bought it from, Amazing Comics, which ran out of business years ago and doesn't exist anymore, they taped it with like shipping tape and put their price tag underneath. So I never opened it since I bought it. I just kept it in the bag and stored it. Unfortunately, it ionized, so the packaging, at least it does have a packaging rather than having it sold just as is. So packaging grade, I give it a 1 out of 10. This is probably the most cheapest way to package something. It's generic and it doesn't really do much as far as protection. Maybe from scratches, but other than that, yeah, it is what it is. Next category is value. Value basically is retail versus quality and retail versus aftermarket retail. And for me, this, as you can see, is $10. You could probably find on the internet for like, I saw something for $5. I don't know how much the shipping would add to it. So it's still about 10 bucks, maybe a little less. I'm sure you could even find something similar at like a comic book store, at a local comic book store still. So there's no aftermarket value to this. And worst of all, as I said, even for a factory sealed one, because of the paint and the colors changed like that, like I don't see how I could even get my money back. So I'm just hoping I could even get $5 back. But at this point, this might be close to worthless. So still, I could still use it as a bank, but honestly, even for me, I'd rather not waste the space, in my opinion, for this, because it's all the gold, her tiara, her breastplate, and even her belt, they've all been discolored. So it's just, it's close to, I don't want to say worthless, but maybe I could do like a little donation for Christmas. I know that sucks to say, but literally, I don't think anyone would buy this, even for $5. I might have to do like a giveaway, like, you know, for free if you buy something else. So value, I'm gonna put this at a 1 out of 10. At least the one that I have. Because if you have a nice, perfectly colored one, and even if you had it for years and didn't change colors, then I would say a good estimated value would be 10 to 15 bucks, you know. So, because I know they don't really make these anymore. And the newest one that came out or is going to come out is more like, you know, one with a different costume. So as I said, for the one I have, 1 out of 10 on the value. So overall, basically accumulates all the rest of the scores. Even though the paint and the colors, you know, all that stuff really is a huge flaw. The face actually, you know, turned out okay. It does get a bit crooked. Like her chin, it's almost as if you line up the chin, it's to the right of her face a little bit. Like if you draw a line straight down the middle, her chin is a little bit off. And also her right cheek is longer than her left cheek. So it just makes it a little bit weird, especially at a straight angle, but at different angles, it's not too bad. But other than that, I mean, it's still not bad. And it's just a simple piggy bank, so it's still overall not bad. But still, I can't justify giving it an above average score. Therefore, overall, I give it a 3 out of 10. So, to recap, design, 5 out of 10. Sculpting, 6 out of 10. Painting, 4 out of 10. Packaging, 1 out of 10. Value, 1 out of 10. And overall, 3 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Check your figures and piggy banks and statues just in case you might have some of this weird ionizing going on.